What's up, guys? It's your boy Nova coming back at you with some more Auto Heroes, and we're going to be doing a quick review of this week's events and a look ahead to Chinese New Year next week. So let's go. Alright, guys, so this week it looks like we've got the campaign drop event, the wishing fountain event, and the mysterious gem boxes. So to start off, let's go ahead and go over the campaign loot event. So this week, all week, we're going to be claiming these bamboo liquors from our campaign drops. So you come over here, go ahead and collect your loot, and you'll see that I got 60 of those things right there, right? What you're going to do with those, you're going to come over to the event tab right here with the bamboo liquor party, and any that you collect throughout the week, you're going to be able to get these rewards. So typically on average, as long as you're logging in and collecting your loot every 10 hours or so, you're going to be generating anywhere from 23 to 2500 of these just passively for free, which would be able to get you a nice little Horus copy there. So if you're early game, that's pretty nice if you're building him as your first E5. If you happen to super high roll and get 2700, which I don't think I've ever seen, but who knows? Maybe it happens for you. You can get a Morax copy. I honestly wouldn't recommend doing that. If you get that lucky, just go ahead and get these profit orbs. Morax isn't a super great E5 to build, whether he's your first or not. I mean, if he's your cup of tea, cool, go ahead. I personally wouldn't make that investment. The Russell copy, is he great? Yeah, but is he falling out of the meta? Yeah. Especially lately with like 4Cs and a lot of the newer heroes that have come out. So honestly, I wouldn't recommend using him for your Russell copy either. Plus, especially if you're gonna have to use your universal crystals or buy some of the value packs to get him. Honestly, I would say either if you have enough crystals and you're going for this Rui scepter, that would be great, especially if your late game PvP stuff or whatever. That's personally what I'm going to be going for on this one, being using my universal crystals and grabbing that'll be my last Rui scepter to make mine a splendid. So that'll be a good investment for it. Otherwise, early game, get this Horus if you're building him as your first E5. If not, these profit orbs are going to be your best value here. So most of the time you're going to grab 8 of these and not worry about it unless there's something really good in these first top 4. And then as far as the wishing fountain event goes, you are able to come over here to the wishing fountain event and use your coins up here to spin and complete loops for these rewards. Normally what I do is I usually save up probably about 2 completions a month of this, give or take, and it's a nice easy way to just generate profit orbs if nothing else. I mean, you get some resources and stuff, and actually late game, especially if you spend and you're building a lot of E5s and stuff like that, your biggest roadblock is actually going to be like golden spirit a lot of times, and dust, and this is a great way to get that. But that said, with DH Games newly releasing the event to be completed 9 times, the common line of thought is at some point they're going to be, this is going to fall like on a holiday, or they're just going to release an event for it where you have to complete it 9 times and you get like some pay to win artifact or something, right? So a lot of us are trying to save up the 9 loops, which I think for VIP, yeah, I'm not exactly sure when the 8 conversion locks. I want to say it's VIP 3, but it's going to be about like 2200 coins that you're going to need to save up to complete a full 9 loops. If you're doing, if it's free to play, the 10 to 10 conversion there, I think it's going to be like 2700. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be doing that one this this time just because I want to save up just in case. I'm not like super hurting for the profit orbs or the resources at the moment, so I can afford to go ahead and hold off on this one this week. But if you want to knock out a loot or two, a loop or two, go ahead and be my guest. Like I said, it's free profit orbs, and you're gonna get a Valkyrie copy, which she used to be great 2 years ago. Now anymore, nobody really uses her. She used to be like the best E5 in the game that you could build, but now unless DHK is being super sly and she's gonna be the next Void hero for Forest or something. I don't know, but yeah. And then you've got the Mysterious Chest event. So over here, this is pretty simple. You're just going to come over here and purchase some of these chests for gems. You're able to go ahead and just click on them and look to see what is in them. This first one, the 5 heroic scrolls and 5,000 promotion stones for 500 gems. That one's always pretty much a must buy, no matter what part of the game you are. The promotion stones really helps out late game because that's sometimes, every once in a while, one of my roadblocks when I'm trying to build heroes. I run out of the purple goo. And then, heroic scrolls, always need them. Whether you're just starting out, your late game, doesn't matter. Right, so this one's always a good buy. I'm going to go ahead and get that. And then this one is probably going to be the best value in the entire game as far as where you're going to find profit orbs. Most of the time, these ones are at least 450 gems per, whereas in this package, it breaks down to, 350 gems? Something like that, 375? Yeah, 375. Which is great. Plus, you're also getting 10,000 chaos monster souls, which you use to level up your pet, right? Which, okay, cool. Late game, you don't need those so much, but early game, leveling up that pet is super important. But you're buying this mostly for the profit orbs, right? It's just the best value in the game for them. So you're usually going to grab these two every month. Most of the time that they're in these first two chests. Every once in a while, they like to switch it up, but just keep an eye on it. Take a look. This next one. Early game, I used to buy this one just because it had the extra gem income and I needed to level up my pets as quick as possible. I could see the value in this one. The skin package is okay, whatever, but you're mostly buying it for the chaos stones. I don't really need it so much anymore because I'm working on like my 6th pet now, so I usually skip that one. I'd rather have those. That's almost 2 cores that I can buy right there. And then this is 4001. I mean, it's kind of just a rip-off. I mean, unless you're a whale and you need the dust, but I don't know. The elite hero shards are laughably pathetic in the rates that you'll actually get something good, right? 95% of the time, that's just going to be your 9,000th copy of Walter or something. And now the 8,000 gem box. This is the one that depending on who's in here and whether it's 8,000, 6,000, this is another one you're going to want to go ahead and save up and buy. This one, especially any one of the ones that have relics and the guild coins, doesn't matter what the hero copy is. 8,000 gems for 30 relics and 30,000 gem guild coins. Super good value. So I definitely recommend buying this one as long as you have the gems saved up. Now, one thing to keep in mind, and we'll get into this in a minute, is you are going to want to go ahead and save some gems for Chinese New Year, and we'll get into why in a second, but just keep that in mind when you're purchasing these. If you're kind of lower on gems, make a decision on, do I really need this? Because I might need the gems for next week. So also, we've got the Ormus Workshop this week. This is where you're able to go ahead and upgrade any of the nice little what we call pay-to-win artifacts. A lot of times you can get some of these for free, especially like Antlers Cane. They've given out quite a few copies of that. Lucky Candy Bar. I always choose Antlers Cane, so I still have 0 of these. I really need to get one, to be honest, but that's another topic for another day. Or if say you spend a little bit of money at Christmas and you got a couple snow hearts, all right, cool, you can now upgrade those as well, so that's great. Glorious Boost, this is anybody late game. There comes a point where you're gonna want to stop using your relics up here in the relic shop for hero copies. A lot of times, especially when I first started, the Glorious Boost didn't exist, so all the time we used to use our relics for just light and dark copies, right? That was the common thought, is, just save them all for light and dark copies. That way, you have those copies to build those heroes up, because we never used to get all these light and dark chests that we have now in our bags, right? That we can just go ahead and open up whatever light and dark copy we want. So this is where you're going to want to save your relics and use them right here in this glorious blue shop, because the artifacts a lot of times are going to make a huge difference in whether you're able to clear certain content or not. So just quick overview on like the ones that are available this week. Magic Stone Sword. Nobody ever really gave this much of a thought up until recently with Inosuke. Now, to push high corruption levels in Realms Gate, and possibly, we haven't really got there to test it out yet, but with the new Void Arc and the from what I see on the Sector 5 and Sector 6 Void Lords, they get pretty strong. So having 10-star Inosuke with as little as HP as possible and super high attack, you get this thing upgraded to a Radiant or Splendid over here in Ormus Workshop, and you can see at Radiant, you're not able to exceed 35% of the hero's max HP in a single hit, right? Which for Inosuke specifically, because the way his shield works, and if you build him just a certain way with super high attack and super low HP, this actually, you're able to cheese a lot of content to a lot higher than you can even with him at E5, right? So that one's super good. Also, the Augustus Magic Ball. Any PvP player, hell, even for Aspen Dungeon, a lot of game modes, having an upgraded Augustus Magic Ball is going to be super awesome, because once you get it all the way up to Splendid, it's 250% of your attack. Whoops, that's not the right one. There we go. 250% of the hero's attack you're taking is reduced damage. So a lot of time you're going to see, on videos where people are taking like -1 damage, -1, and you're like, what the heck is that? That's because a lot of times they haven't upgraded a Augustus Magic Ball, right? So it's super good. I mean, a lot of heroes use that as their best in slot artifact. I've seen Sherlock's built with that, where for massive HP swaps on the enemies void heroes and stuff. SFX loves that. Russell, any of you like your high damage dealers. That building them more offensive actually makes them tankier too. That's going to be super helpful. Antler's Cane. This is purely really a PvE artifact. It does have its uses in Void, for certain puppet waves in Realms Gate, and Inno has a certain build that you can build him with an Antler's Cane as well at E5. It doesn't work quite as well for a lot of the puppet waves as the Magic Stone Sword, but this, you can build him with this as well, because by the time you get to that round 7 or 8 or whatever, his damage is getting pretty nuts, and you're able to keep his shield up a lot longer, as long as he doesn't get like CC'd or something. Demon Bells, everybody and the brother is trying to get a bunch of more Demon Bells lately. Energy feed for Vortex and some PvP teams is kind of all the craze right now, so that one's always good. This one just makes it to where you can, when you start off the battle, you have 100 energy already, you can do a special attack right off the bat, and the upgraded version of it gives energy to the rest of your team. So at Radiant, where's it at? Yeah, so you have a 100% chance to give everybody in your team 20 energy, right? So you get 2 Radiants, and then like another glittery one, right? There's another 10 energy. You're gonna get 50 energy right off the bat for your whole team. You start off with 50 energy, so even if somebody doesn't have a Demon Bell on, if you've got a couple people early on and that are faster than your main damage dealer healers, and they've got a couple of those, you can actually equip a Tix with a Punisher over here, and where he's doing a lot of damage when he crits and stuff like that, and he's gonna get like a round 1 active off, right? So that's super good. And yeah, so that's another. All of these artifacts so far have great uses in different game modes and pretty much across the game, right? Golden Crown. This used to be this used to be like the best all around kind of artifact that you can get. And it still is. I mean, it's still pretty good. You're going to get a lot of uses out of it because it does give you attack, some more HP, and then it's going to reduce the damage you take. The upgraded version of it, however, isn't quite as awesome or as useful, I guess, for as some of the other ones. It's great for Aspen Dungeon, especially if you stick this on like an Ada or something. She's gonna be able to tank a lot of those waves that like have a lot of high damage early on, those penny waves, stuff like that. Um, but I just don't see it being used a ton anymore in PvP or Realms Gate or and just a lot of different of the modes. People usually prefer to go with like an AMB or a Demon Bell. So I don't know. Keep that in mind when you're buying them. Just think of what your team composition is, what you're trying to accomplish, and go from there as far as what you want to use your relics on. Now you have the value packages as well. And just like with all the other value packages, I say try and stay away from these as much as possible. This one specifically, I will say, if you are really going for this Root Scepter, right? And you're short on the universal crystals, and you don't think I'm not gonna have enough, and you're really trying to get this for a Sherlock that you have, or maybe you've got a Cruce that you're trying to do a Cruce stun team with or whatever, and you need to buy some of these for the Bamboo Liquor. This one's not absolutely terrible. I mean, it's still not like great value, but you're gonna be getting some of these that you need to kind of make up the difference for what you're lacking in universal crystals, and then you're gonna be getting some wishing fountain coins and some prophet orbs. That's okay. The gems in this one though are doubled from what they are from the other packs. Why, I have no idea. But in the other packs, you're spending $100, you're gonna get 5,000 of these gems. Right here, you're getting 10,000, right? So if you're really low on gems, like say for next week, Chinese New Year, it sounds like we're gonna need some gems for some of the boxes and stuff. I could see where, say, hey, you're going for a Rui, you've only got, say, 600 of the universal crystals, and you need to kind of make up the difference. Getting this one wouldn't be, I guess, terrible, just because, you're going to get a ton of gems out of it, and then, the Bamboo Liquor and the coins and whatever. I'd still say stay away from these if you can, right? They're just, for what you're getting, it's not worth it. Now, what is worth it are these packs, right? These little, well, this one specifically is a Legion pack, but they come out with these packs usually about once a month, maybe twice. It just depends on how they're feeling with what they want to give out, right? But a lot of these are going to have super great value as far as what you're getting, right? So in this one, just to give you an example, you're getting 5,000 gems, 10 cores, and never mind the rest of it, but just focus on the gems and cores for a second. If you come over here and you're buying cores because you're late game and you're trying to build a Void, Void Asmodel is the next one that's going to be coming out, right? The $50 pack over here, you're getting half the gems and 2 less cores, right? So just based off of that, if you're buying cores at all outside of any of the monthly cards, that's already going to be kind of worth it. But then you're also getting 300 universal crystals, which is going to be great for those artifacts that you're trying to get in the campaign loot drops. You're going to be getting a free 5-star hero, and this has pretty much every hero in the entire game you can choose from. So say you're trying to build an Inno for Realms Gate, or a Tix or a second Tix, whatever, you can grab those copies. And then you're also going to be getting a skin for Delacium. Now this is, I mean, whatever. Most people who use Delacium is only in PvE and in like a team where you're featuring Ithaca and Drake and Rogans and stuff like that, and you're just trying to replicate Ithaca's dots and get that really high damage on Flame Shrine. I myself have a little Delacium army that I use with my E5 Ithaca, and I've got 2 E3 Delaciums down here, right? Easy, super great. I mean, it's all right. It gives you more HP and control immunity, which is kind of nice. Speed, it doesn't really matter in Flame Shrine, so that's whatever. It looks cool. I'll give it that. I really like the aesthetic of it, and you know, but that's about it. It's really not going to help you all that much. If you're building Delacim as your first E5, you can. I wouldn't recommend it just because he's not super great in Aspen Dungeon. He can clear Seal Land solo, so that's pretty nice. But I don't know. Just know that this is not the why you're buying the package. You're buying the package for these first four things. The skin is just, yeah, okay, cool, that's nice. Now, as far as that's everything for this week. As far as the Chinese New Year's, next week, we're gonna be getting some more information on it tomorrow on Saturday. So keep an eye out for more spoilers and stuff. But for right now, what we're looking at, this is going to be the events for next week. So you're going to have the Brig Price Lottery, which is just anytime you summon the new light hero, Tussilago, you're going to be getting these 3-star orange equipment, which is pretty standard. Every heroic summoning event has this. It's a nice way to get little free armor. I mean, 3-star armor is but you can you get enough of it, you can fuse it up to some 4-star armor, 5-star, and then eventually get to 6-star and whatever, right? So that's not bad. And then summon prizes. This is just the you're going to be getting prizes based off the heroic summoning scrolls that you use. So at usually at 300, I think. No, 400. 400, you're going to be getting a copy of the new hero. And then at 500, you're going to be getting like 15 relics, right? And you can complete this 4 times for a total of 2,000 scrolls. You're going to be having the value packages. Doesn't sound like there's going to be anything special about them. They're just going to be your standard, heroic scrolls value packages, which are typically like, so for $100 pack, you're going to be getting 120 heroic scrolls and 5,000 gems, stuff like that. Hero exchange event. This is where you're going to be able to swap things out at the altar for your altar coins. This one's pretty good, especially if you're building, Russell, or say you're going for a Bell Rain, stuff like that. You can usually exchange those. They're anywhere typically from 6,000 to 7,000 altar coins. So that's a great way to get light food, or well, not light food. Well, maybe it is light food depending on where you're at, but light copies to start work on. Armor's Workshops is going to be carrying over, and Glorious Boost is going to be carrying over to next week as well. Those are typically 2 weeks events. And then the Palace of Eternity, this is where you're going to be able to use any crystals that you've got throughout the year, or well, throughout whenever you've bought them. These Eternal Crystals, you can actually swap like 5 of the most recent heroes into copies of the new light hero. So for like me, these Moraxes over here, these are all just going to become copies of the light hero, assuming she's pretty good, which, let's be honest, Chinese New Year, DH games, they love to make the heroes nice and busted on those. So, I mean, you think about the last 2, we got Ada, which at the time was just ridiculously good. Every late game team had an Ada on it, and she was so broken when she came out. And then last year with Carrie, I mean, anybody who's been playing for the last year knows how annoying Carrie is to fight against. That she's still very prevalent in the meta. So I don't see this hero not being good, but I don't know. I just feel like she's probably going to be super awesome. We'll just leave it at that. We'll get some more spoilers on what she's all about probably tomorrow and the days leading up to Chinese New Year. But this is, if you've been saving your scrolls, this is probably going to be one of the best events that you can use them on, right? And then we've got this Spring Festival thing. So there looks like there's 5 different events part of this. The first one is a New Year's growth plan. These are typically like $30, and it gives you rewards over the course of 30 days. There are free rewards that go along with it. So typically you're able to do like daily quests, and it gives you like 50 points a day, all the way up to like 2,500 points for the month, as far as rewards go, and you're able to get some rewards. The $30 part of it is you're getting additional rewards for doing those same things. Typically it includes like I think the last one that we got was a 9-star copy of Sigmund, and a nice kind of exclusive artifact for him, and then a bunch of gear and relics and stuff like that. So these are always usually really worth it as far as the money goes, or even just getting the stuff for doing your dailies, which everybody should be doing anyways. The second part is this gift box carnival. This is the part that I'm saying that you're probably going to need some gems for, because it says purchase the 5 types of gift boxes with gems and get splendid rewards. So there's probably going to be 5 different boxes that we're going to need to open up at various gems levels. So what those are, what's in them, what the gem cost is, nobody knows yet. Like I said, they're going to be releasing more information on this throughout the week. This third one, Lion's Dance, give propitious coins. I'm not exactly sure what that is. To carry and ticks to get great rewards. So last year, if it's like what it was last year. Last year we had these fireworks that we gave to Carrie and Penny, and depending on which one you gave it to, it gave you different rewards. I think if you gave it to Carrie, you'd get like profit orbs and dark elite light shards and stuff like that. Whereas if you give it to Penny, you'd get heroic scrolls and light elite 5 shards and stuff like that. So we don't know what's in there yet, but it's just going to be a currency that you get from the summon prize event. So you're going to get these from using your scrolls. It looks like they're going to be in the gift boxes as well, and then it looks like there's going to be a package and in the value package. So this is going to be your kind of premium currency for the event. And then this fourth one, Bosom Friends, says follow the hints, match the correct heroes, and get great rewards. I don't know if this is going to be kind of like a memory type game or a match the hero thing or whatever. I'm not exactly sure on this one, but if it's free loot, hey, cool, I'm all for that, right? And then the Spring Festival package and the Prosperity package. Those are probably going to be some kind of package similar to this guy right over here. Whether it's going to have a skin or not, I don't know. We should probably finish reading it, huh? Let's see here. Purchase the packages to get limited skin and great rewards. Okay, so yeah, so it looks like it is going to be another skin package basically. So it's going to looks probably something like this. Like I said, the value on these are usually really good. So if you are going to spend anything past your regular monthly cards and stuff like that, these ones are great ones to get, just because for what you're getting for the money, they're usually really good value. But like I said, just kind of keep an eye out, and you'll notice what is a good value for stuff and what is not. So yeah, that's as far as the details of what we have currently for Chinese New Year. Now, just want to go over Tussilago real quick, because she is, like I said, she's a Chinese New Year hero, which typically in DH Games value is going to be pretty busted. Most of us who have saved scrolls, like I've got 2,000 over here, 21, 26, yeah, so I'll have plenty to go ahead and summon for her. We're going to be building her probably day one when she comes out, and testing her out on a bunch of things. So if you kind of want to see what she's like, yeah, I'm sure GDP and June and Barry and all them are going to be doing the same thing. But more data points for her. But we're going to be doing that here as well. So stay tuned for that. But from what we know so far on her, she is she's an assassin, and she is going to be built, I guess. I'm not exactly sure. She looks kind of robotic, right? So she looks like Tara's going to be building her here, and she's going to be awakening up. Okay, cool. Like I said, she is an assassin. Lately, DH Games has done a lot to buff the assassin class in general. They used to be probably the weakest class in the entire game, but anymore, like with Rogan and Drake and SFX and stuff like that, the last couple assassins we've had has been really good. So hopefully that trend continues. We don't know yet. The only thing that they've kind of given us is the keywords Sacred Emblem and Divine Retribution. So what those mean, we're not exactly sure. I would imagine Divine Retribution means some sort of a counterattack type mechanic, but who knows? I could be completely wrong on that, right? But yeah, she looks pretty cool. You know, here's her forums at 5 star, 6 star, and then once you finally get her to 10 star, um, you know, like I said, she is kind of she looks really robotic to me as far as you know, kind of just her aesthetics and stuff. But she looks pretty cool. Like I said, we're gonna be building her day one. So if you want a okay, you know, I'm not sure if I want to summon for this type thing. Let me check out the new hero. You know, go ahead and keep an eye out for that. We'll be releasing a video on that shortly after I get her built on day one. So, you know, just keep your eyes peeled. So, guys, that's going to be pretty much it. That's everything that we've got for Chinese New Year and, you know, going over the events today. Yeah, appreciate the support. You know, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, leave a like, comment if you have anything that you're looking forward to specifically, and I'll see if I can incorporate that in my video as well. But yeah, I guess I'll catch you guys on the flip. Peace.